All right, let's get straight to it. We're here because the battle for market leadership, it's not being fought on the old search engine battlefield anymore. It's being fought inside AI models. And this briefing is your strategy to win that war.
So here's our 5-part battle plan. We're going to start with the new search battlefield and the pretty scary credibility crisis that comes with it. Then we'll cover the kind of investment in authority you need to make. I'll walk you through the EEAT playbook, and we'll wrap up with 3 crystal clear directives for leadership.
First up, the new battlefield. And let's be absolutely clear. What's happening in search right now isn't some trend we can just wait out. It's a fundamental, irreversible shift in how customers find us. Period.
Just look at this number, 60%. That's not a typo. As of right now, over half of all searches are dominated by these AI overviews. This isn't something that's coming, it's already here. If your strategy doesn't have an answer for this, your brand is already on its way to becoming invisible. So, what does this actually mean for our strategy? Well, it means the old playbook is obsolete. Chasing things like domain authority and keyword rankings now is like bringing a cavalry charge to a drone fight. The new reality, the only reality, demands a laser focus on EEAT signals, on creating content that completely covers a topic, and on becoming a primary source that AI engines are basically forced to cite.
Let's get really specific about what we're talking about here. EEAT. Experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. For years, this was just a nice-to-have, a guideline. Well, that time is over. Today, it is the core algorithmic filter that decides whether you're visible or irrelevant. It's the gatekeeper.
Okay, now let's talk about the risks, because this isn't just about being found, it's about being represented accurately. We are facing a massive AI credibility crisis, and frankly, it's a direct threat to our brand's entire story.
A recent Columbia Journalism Review study found something that is, honestly, terrifying. When ChatGPT was wrong, it was confident it was right over 92% of the time. Think about that. This whole phenomenon of being confidently incorrect is a huge, huge problem for us.
This chart right here, it visualizes that threat perfectly. When the AI is wrong, it almost never says, I'm not sure. Nope, that giant bar represents the algorithm confidently misrepresenting reality. If we do nothing, we are handing control of our brand story over to this flawed, overconfident system.
So here's the bottom line. The direct business consequence is that our reputation, our products, everything we've built can be actively lied about. And what's worse, a competitor with verifiable EEAT-rich content can have their story completely overwrite ours in the AI's answer. This is a competitive vulnerability we simply cannot afford to ignore. All right, enough of the doom and gloom. That's the problem. Let's pivot to the solution. This is what I call the authority investment mandate. It's about building a strategic defense, a competitive moat, by becoming the one and only source of truth in our market.
You know, it really boils down to a very simple, very stark choice. In this new era, your brand is either a citable source that the AI trusts and relies on, or you are just irrelevant noise that it learns to filter out. There really is no middle ground anymore.
And don't just take my word for it. The data is screaming this at us. A full 96% of all citations and AI overviews come from sources with strong EEAT signals. This isn't just a coincidence, it's a prerequisite. If you want to be the source, investing in EEAT is completely non-negotiable.
So, let's get into the how. This is your playbook. We're going to break down EEAT into a concrete 4-pillar investment strategy. This is where we get tactical.
Pillar 1 is experience. This is all about proving it, not just talking about it. AI is getting smarter every single day at sniffing out generic, rehashed content. To cut through, we have to prove we have actually lived this, built this, and tested our stuff in the real world. It's about showing that tangible, first-hand knowledge that an AI simply cannot fake.
So how do we invest in this? We publish detailed case studies. I'm talking real, verifiable client results with hard data. This is what makes them citable. We feature from-the-trenches insights from our actual experts, and we systematically show off our client logos and detailed testimonials. These are the assets that scream authentic, real-world experience. Next up, Pillar 2, expertise. It's not enough to just have experts on your team. You have to prove it to the machines. This means making the credentials, the track record, and the deep technical knowledge of our team machine-readable and absolutely undeniable.
The investment here is all about codifying that expertise. We put detailed author bios on everything, linking right to their credentials. We publish our own original research. And this part is critical. We use structured data, it's called schema, to explicitly tell the AI systems, hey, this expert, she works for this trusted brand.
Pillar 3 is authoritativeness. Now, this is the ultimate proof. This isn't about what we say about ourselves. It's about proving that other respected entities, we're talking industry publications, universities, key forums, are all citing us as the go-to source. It's third-party validation, and it's gold.
So, we have to engineer these citations. This means a strategic push to get primary source citations from top-tier publications. It means obsessively optimizing our brand's entry in Google's knowledge graph. Think of it as our official digital passport. And it means building a credible presence on platforms like YouTube, which AI now heavily relies on for information.
And finally, Pillar 4, trustworthiness. This is the foundation for everything else. You know, if the AI doesn't see your digital home as transparent, secure, and credible, none of the other signals are going to matter. This is all about basic digital integrity.
Here, we build what I call a scaffolding of trust. Clear contact info and a secure website, those are table stakes. We have to prominently display customer reviews, security badges, and professional affiliations, and we prove our content is current by maintaining it with regular, documented updates. These are the non-negotiable signals that tell both users and AI that we're a credible, living, breathing entity.
Okay, we've surveyed the battlefield, we've got the playbook. Let's bring this all home with the final piece. 3 clear directives for this leadership team. This is your immediate strategic pivot.
Here are your 3 strategic mandates for AI dominance. First, you pivot from a strategy of content volume to one of authority assets. Stop the content mill. Start creating verifiable, citable research. Second, you resource a dedicated Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO function. This is the next evolution of SEO, and it's focused on making our brand an undeniable entity in the AI's brain. And third, we redefine what success even looks like. We have to ditch the old vanity metrics and start religiously tracking our share of AI citation across all the major AI platforms.
I'll leave you with this one question. It's really the only one that matters going forward. In this new age of AI, is our brand going to become the definitive source, or are we content to just be part of the noise? The choice and the investment is ours to make.